Alright. Good morning. Time to recall what I was up to. It's been a hot minute. I must have been doing something with aluminum, so probably gotta go over here to my train station and see what it is that I have going on. Yeah, certainly looks like I got some aluminum going. And it looks like I'm waiting on my, what's it called? My hub rocket thing to come back. Alright. So aluminum, I think I wanted to be dedicated to doing hub milestones for a little bit. Try to get up to the nuclear power. That's it. I don't know why I can't think of words. Alright. Oh, we got... And we need tons of reinforced plates. Alright. So I gotta go upstairs, go look for some reinforced plates. Hope that I have enough. Assemblers here. Should give me enough. I'll finally have Mark 5 conveyor belts. I'll be going so fast. Another sourdough bread recently. I was going to try croissant bread though. I'm not really looking up a recipe for it. I know the general idea of how pastry dough is made, so I figure I'll just make sourdough the way I normally do, and I'll laminate some
reached.
butter into it.
Fix-It dedicated this milestone to the conveyor belt and lift Mark 5. They may be implying that your factory could be further optimized. While they are correct, I believe they are setting unreasonable expectations. Having all of humanity very definitely relying on your work is a lot of pressure. It's a good thing I'm here.
Ada, you're so full of crap. Okay, so this hazmat suit's going to be the real issue because I don't know where to find the mushroom stuff that I need to complete it. What do I have in my inventory right now? Alright, so I'm going to grab my object scanner and I want to make a chainsaw because while I can't seem to find any mycelium, maybe they've changed that since the beta. So I'll get a chainsaw made, and maybe if I take down those big mushroom stalks I remember seeing before, I'll get the mushroom material to throw into the man, and then maybe I'll get my gas mask thing. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go on another goose chase for gas filters and things. Would be a big waste of time, but it is what it is. Chainsaw. Chainsaws can work with biofuel, right? Or not biofuel, turbo fuel. What do you mean? Okay, for some reason chainsaws don't like bio. Alright, so I think I'll go out towards the plastic factory and see if I can't find some mushrooms out there. I think I'll skirt along the cliffs. I think I'll go the long way, going around these cliffs looking for any potential cave entrances. Because I remember that from before they released the 1.0 version, the full game. That, okay, I need the turbo fuel to be burnt before the biofuel. Is there some way I can make my jetpack prioritize the turbo fuel? Because it's really annoying to be flying around on biofuel after I got used to the turbo fuel. Oh well. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll go along the long way here and see what I can't find. Because the way it worked for 1.0 was that mycelium was just in caves. You can pick them up just like you pick up wood and plant matter. But when I went cave hunting the other day, not only did I struggle to find any actual caves, which was a little surprising, the caves I did find didn't have any mycelium in them. So maybe I just found the wrong caves or something. Guess we'll find out. Man, freaking biofuel. So much lamer than turbo fuel. Alright, mushroom biome. Here we go. Let's see. There's still a lot of power slugs everywhere. You can see them just looking around. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna work on that mushroom stuff. How about this mushroom stuff? Nope, not that mushroom stuff either. Okay. Hey, another Mercer Sphere. Always good to have more Mercer Spheres. Being shot at. Creature, I have a rifle. There it goes. You ain't scary. You ain't nothing. Okay. I might still have to find a cave to find a mushroom I can cut with this chainsaw. Oh, triggered some of those bloat flies over there. Too many waterfalls in this game. They don't have any caves behind them. start adventuring further afield looking for this. So I think I'll go... Oh, hey, look, another power slug. These things really just are everywhere. Is this not a ledge I can stand on? Apparently not. Got it. Okay. Here we go. I think if I go out towards this sort of archipelago area out here, I'll probably find something. It seems like a pretty verdant and lush area. If I were looking for mushrooms, I bet this would be where I find them. Well, plenty of power slugs, that's for sure. Just keep running, just keep running. Don't want to get bogged down finding every little creature. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here for caves. I'm here for mushrooms. I'm even potentially here for mercer spheres. I think this area is potentially the coolest when it comes to biome type. It's like, it's got jungle, ocean shallows, and mushrooms all kind of together. However, trying to build a factory here would be nightmarish. I'm only interested in finding a cave or something. I think I'll probably find a cave closer to these bigger cliff sides over here. So I'll stray a little this way. Got some dangerous creatures down there. Hopefully I don't run into any barriers that can only be opened with an explosive, because I don't know what I have in terms of explosives. Kind of looks like a rock I could break open. I mean, like, it doesn't have the same texture, but like, it kind of looks like there's something behind it. I gotta get out of here, though. There are creatures trying to harass me. I don't want to waste my time fighting them. I just want to go to a cave. There's gotta be a cave around here. Whoa, foggy? That's a little spooky. Oh, hard drive location, that's kind of cool. I remember was this one time back before the full release where I built a train track meant to circumnavigate the whole map, and this is kind of close to the edge of the map, or at least the edge of land mass on the map. So I think there's there's a big cave over here, and I wonder if it's still here. Most of the map is pretty unchanged, but you never know. Oh, hey, what's that? Is that a cave? Ooh. Cave. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? What was that? That's wood? Just wood? like mycelium on the ceiling or something? Where are the mushrooms? Are those mushrooms? Mushrooms can glow, right? No. Well, how about these mushrooms? Ah, spider. Yeah, I hate spiders. Oh, wait. Can I just pick it? No. There we go. I can. I
The
can.
trait of this fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation.
Alright.
Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
I'm gonna dump. There, I'm gonna dump the wood. I'm probably gonna dump some steel beams. If I fill all that up with mycelium, I should be good. Back, forth, four release. You didn't need a chainsaw for this, which threw me off. But hey, I guess more uses for chainsaw. Oh, there are little mycelia you can pick up. Okay. I guess I just missed that when I was out looking. Well, I probably get more and more efficient with the chainsaw. How much we got? Not all that much. Getting a lot more wood, which is not really what I want. Maybe I'll go for these big stalks, and then if I get all the way through here and have no more big stalks left, I'll just whip out. Won't whip out anything. I'll whip out my bare hand and start picking those little mice. Because I don't want to make a second trip for all this. Okay, get rid of this wood. Ah. And of course, the actual mycelia also has to be interspersed with bits of wood, so spamming the E button just makes me pick up wood again. I don't want wood. I'm just here for mushroom. Give me a mushroom. Mushroom, mushroom, mushroom. Oh, I think there's more mushrooms down that way. Alright, get the mushrooms. I'm hoping to get enough mushrooms to just fully complete the what's it called? The MAM research. Man, simple words, but they're so hard to remember all of a sudden. Maybe it's a sign that I need to drink my coffee. There we go. I love my coffee. Coffee loves me. I love my coffee. Alright, mushroom, 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 mushroom. My roommate Brandon watched a Bond movie the other day. It was, or just yesterday, really. and he was telling me it was like one of the best movies he's seen in a long time, which surprises me because I don't really associate James Bond with exceedingly good movies. Entertaining movies for sure, but more along the lines of mindless. Not completely so, like it's not a pure spectacle movie, but I don't know. Just something about James Bond where it was more about the idea of James Bond than it really was about the actual story being told there. But you know, I actually haven't seen that many things related to James Bond or spy thrillers really. That was another thing. Me and him were talking about spy thrillers. And just like the concept of globe-trotting spy stories, and I've just had no idea. Like we talk about fiction a lot and potential stories and how we would write one if we were doing one, and I just didn't know what to say for that one because I really only know spy stories as a set of genre tropes and cliches and nothing else really. This is an interesting little cave system. And look, another power slide. Alright. Where am I? Really far away from everything. Well, good time to start running back. Now I got my mycelium, I can dump this biofuel and get back to a real fuel like turbo fuel. Heck yeah. Now they're never gonna catch me. Can fly for days. Yeah. Oh, what was really shocking about the Bond movie he said he watched was that he said it brought a tear to his eye. And like the last movie that did that for me was The Iron Claw, which was pretty brutal. Just in terms of emotional impact. And that was an awesome movie. So I'm assuming this James Bond movie seen was at least as good a movie as that. Although, obviously, would be very different movies. Another surprisingly gut punch of a movie was Rambo First Blood. Well, no, not Rambo First Blood. Or maybe? I don't remember. The very first Rambo movie that started the whole franchise. I don't know if it's the very first movie. They probably didn't add a modifier on there like First Blood, but for some reason my brain really wants to add that. So I'm thinking maybe either it does have that or a movie came out somewhat recently with that in its title, and I'm thinking it's the second one. Either way, the first Rambo movie, not only a great movie, total emotional gut punch towards the end, really gets me. The second Rambo movie, though, is a major letdown. It's really sad to see. given the state of Hollywood these days and how difficult it is to find a new movie that's actually good. I've been going back to a lot of old movies. I went on a Clint Eastwood bent not that long ago. After I saw Gran Torino, went and I watched The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I wanted to watch Dirty Harry, but I would have had to pay money for that, and I'm not doing that. But cool actor with some cool movies, and old movies just hit different. Kind of like the graininess of film sometimes. Like my favorite version of 12 Angry Men, I believe it's the 1980 version, or maybe it was a 1990. So it was in color, and the film had a graininess to it, and it felt like it imparted a certain realness to it. It's hard to say exactly what it is, but it certainly felt new and interesting.
The mycelial networks of these fungi possess unusually resilient hyphae, which show potential for making a strong but lightweight natural fabric. Additionally, it has similar medicinal and pest control applications to mycelia on Earth.
I like this bomb here, the toxic cellular modification. It modifies the cells by destroying them. Okay. Medical properties, fabric. If I want the hazmat suit, I'm probably going to have to go for the fabric first. So, good thing I got all these creature parts. Let's see how much biomass they can make. I also have a ton of wood that I accidentally got. Make some proteins. Proteins can make 600. Easy peasy. Okay. Got my biomass. Fabric. Give me that.
Research completed. Fabric recipe unlocked. New mycelia research available.
Gas mask. Okay, so I just need some coal, some fabric, some fabric, some fabric. Just lots of fabric, honestly. What is the recipe for fabric? Alright. Let me see if I can't do... Yeah, before I use all my mycelium making fabric, let me grab some stators and see if I can't progress a little bit down that, oh, I think I got stators in the next floor. Progress down that medical properties research. Here we go, stators. Oh, my inventory's full again. Throw some pipes in the trash. How about that? And we'll fall back down to the man. Mycelia. Medical properties. Vitamin inhalers.
Medical properties of local mycelia established. New research options available. Medical inhaler variants.
Yeah, I don't really need medical inhalants. I don't fight creatures that often. I don't really need the explosive either. I mean, it'd be cool to have, but I don't really need them right now. So, I'm just going to turn this all into fabric. And I'm running out of space in my inventory. Okay, I'm tossing this chainsaw because I never need a chainsaw, really. And I can clear up space turning these slugs into power cores. Alright. And I can turn this wood into biomass too. protein. Okay, that gives me... It's not going to make a ton of fabric. So I'll grab the spitter remains and I'll start processing them too. I don't want to... Inventory, why are you so full? Okay. I'll make some... No. I'll go over there. You know what? I'm just going to throw some things into my short-term storage here. I'll clear up space that way. Alright. And... alien protein. Biomass. And that will get me enough to make a good amount of fabric. So I'm going to set this to start working while I go to the bathroom. And when I come back, we'll progress that research. Okie dokie. I'm back. We've got fabric. And we can hit another research. Let me go grab some coal. I think that's going to be the next most important thing. I still have my CLA left over. Cool. Got some coal right here. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. Bam. Easy as that. I like having a big factory right here. I just have everything I need right nearby. Okay. Oh, wait. Not the crafting edge. The ma'am. Cilia. Oh, not that. This. Gas masks. Yes.
Research completed. Gas mask and filter unlocked. Micellia fabric is highly absorbent, making it more effective at toxic gas filtration than the standard issue Pioneer helmet. A pleasant pine scent is included. Gas filters require regular replacement for optimal safety.
Well, I'm glad it comes with pine scent. A wonderful quality of life improvement. Take these rotors. Pop that down to the ma'am. Bam balam. Give me that inventory slot.
Tool belt expanded. The latest data indicates that the Micellia possess sentience.
What?
Don't worry, we have been given permission to harvest and repurpose their remains.
Of course they'd have sentience. I mean, so do the bigger creatures like the stingers and the hawks, but this doesn't stop me.
Parachute unlocked.
Not making
Fix-It
polymer
appreciates your
anywhere.
willingness to descend rapidly to perform your duties, but damaging Fix-It property is a breach of contract and will have unpleasant consequences. Improve descent efficiency by combining the forces of gravity and drag with a parachute.
Oh. That's neat. I don't need this though. I don't need anything left in that research. So, my CLA goes back in the crate, and I continue as I was. Crate with you, same with your fabric. Take the heavy modular frame out here, I guess, and the computer. Probably be a while before I actually need to use them, but it's whatever. Okay, now I need to make gas masks. Well, it scared me. He's like, why is the door opening? Alright, I need 50 gas mask filters. What do I need to make those? Probably equipment workshop, huh? That makes sense. I need coal and fabric. Alright, well, got the fabric right here. And 4 coal for everyone, so if I need 50 total. And it takes 4 coal. Then I'm gonna need a number. I'm not doing that math in my head. 200. Alright, grab 100 here. And 100 here. There we go. 200. Alright. Gas mask filter time. Finally be able to approach uranium without dying. Alright. And quick wire I got aluminum casing. I believe I am making that up here somewhere about. Let's take a look-see. suit.
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer
more
from
inventory
radiation
slots.
by consuming iodine-infused filters. You may find this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on. Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
Yeah, alright, Ada. You like me, Ada. Don't deny it. Okay. So, make iodine filters. And I just need more fabric. I'll just watch that fabric number carefully and stop. Yep. Alright, so that's the most amount of fabric I'm going to be able to make. Just keep making a bunch of it. It'll give me time to spin while I wait for that pod to return. 3 minutes? Shouldn't take that long. Okie doke. Take a sip of coffee. And wonder if I'll do anything with drones this time. I mean, I don't really like doing much with tractors and other vehicles, but maybe drones would be a good addition. Suppose I'll have to see. I have to deal with batteries that will require aluminum casings. Nah, I'll have to figure out more aluminum. God, I hate aluminum so much. My hope is to make enough iodine filters that I'll never have to worry about making them again for however long. Because I mean, you can't really automate the process of making fabric. I have to go out and get mycelium and make biomass. And getting the mycelium that I already got was kind of a pain. I have to go find another cave system. I wish they would add like some little farm thing at this point. Like at this stage in the game, I don't really need to be going out looking for mushrooms and things just to find healing items. Or at least I don't really want to. Some little terrarium that can just automate the growth of mushrooms would be awesome. Mushrooms, berries, what have you. Okay, so let me look at the next milestone I want to do. Controlled development systems. Pretty sure I have everything I need for that. Yep, I should. So I'll make a gas mask really quick. And a hazmat suit to make that. The only thing you need to protect you from radiation is some plastic, rubber, and aluminum. And some leather straps to hold it all together. That makes sense. Alright, I'm going to need to grab... that's not really all that many filters, but... I guess I'll go up and grab myself some more coal. Oh, wait, this is my iron, not my steel. Alright, steel. Give me that coal. Should make me a little over 50 more filters. Give me that. Give me them gas filters. But I'll be safe. I'll be safe. and get to work on uranium. That will be a whole process. You already know that it will be. I can make a little bit more, just a little bit more coal. You don't need that much. You just need to grab, like, just grab a stack of the last one here and then toss whatever I'm not using. Gas filters. It's good to see the iodine filters constantly going up. I'll know I won't have to go out for that many materials for it. I should have everything I need. Got these beef cuts from my mother. She went and bought like a whole cow from somebody and then put all the cuts into a deep freezer. But the name of the cuts are kind of weird. Like there'll be a cut called London Broil, which is not really a cut per se, it's more just a style of cooking something. And you can, there are like several, like 2 or 3 cuts you could technically do in the London Broil style. It's a little weird. But I was given a London Broil, a cross rib, forget what else, a bottom round I think. And I think of things to cook with them. I mean, can't go wrong with just making it a simple steak or something of the like. Okay, gotta go down here for my plastic. I'll definitely have plenty enough to cook this milestone. Just load up on plastic so that I have a little bit extra after I'm done with the milestone. Gotta go up and over to go find some aluminum casings. Aluminum. Here we go. Now, computers, I should be making plenty of them right up here. Oh, I should have grabbed aluminum plates while I was over there. Computers, here we go. Got a storage crate filled with the guys. Alright. Now back over to grab some alaclad sheets. Gimme. Perfecto. And back down to the hub. Alright, let's see it. Gimme that. Control system development.
Milestone reached. Several parts more efficient and powerful than the human brain can now be made to compensate for many deficiencies otherwise encountered in future development efforts. The blender enables you to mix and/or combine parts and fluids for more complex recipes.
Supercomputers.
Most importantly, project part number 6, the assembly director system, should be produced and delivered to the space elevator as soon as possible.
Project number 6. Well, I'll get it there when I get it there. kind of excited. I can make supercomputers. Do I need supercomputers for any research? I feel like I would. Priority merger. Radio signal scanning. It's been a while since I looked at those research. What did this need? This needed... Yeah, it needed... What was that? A time crystal. That's ridiculous. What about Caterium? What do Caterium mean? I mean, all things I could do right now if I really want it. Okay, well, nothing I really need. What do I got in here? I got the blender now. Aluminum casing. I should probably put some dimensional storage containers on aluminum casings if I'm seeing them there. Got a lot of recipes recently though. Do they all have to do with the blender? Oh, let's build one and see. Blender. Oh, that's a big building. Might even be bigger than a manufacturer. So the only thing it looks like I can build is a battery. Odd. What did it give me? Tier 7 control system. Ah, yeah. Sulfuric acid. Radio control unit, supercomputer, assembly director. It's going to be a whole thing trying to make these. I really want to get to the point where I'm making nuclear power so that I can rework my power grid before going on to... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So what do I guess I can make that right now, theoretically. I mean, the biggest draw is going to be the supercomputers, but I should have everything I need to make them. I'm just going to have to make them by hand. I should do this really quick just to get it out of the way. I think I have rubber somewhere. No, not in my inventory. Alright, I'll go grab the rubber. I'll probably go grab a bunch of heavy modular frames in order to complete that and the next one. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, yeah, I do have rubber. Okay, now we need computers and probably more concrete. Concrete, I think. Yeah, I'll just grab from my industrial beam manufacturers. That should be enough. And then heavy modular frames. You're being made right here. Surprisingly little. Even though this guy is no longer on. Huh. Heavy modular frames just take a while, I suppose. I'm getting the sense that I'm going to have to redo my manufacturers here in a little bit. But, I mean, it's kind of overdue. I have them turned off since I've had them working on... Oh man, it's going to take a minute. Okay. Well, I guess... What do I need for sulfuric acid? Probably, what, a refiner? You know, makes sense to me. refiner, sulfuric acid, sulfur, and water. Yep. Do I have a sulfur source that is not currently being used? That's an impure one. That's a normal one. There's a pure one way out there. Next to all these coal sources. And all this oil. Interesting. Very interesting. And it's across the swamp, because of course it's across the swamp. Alright. Well, before I go way out there, I'll try to complete some more milestones. Maybe I'll complete some MAM researches while I'm here. Actually, I have things in my inventory I could equip. Gas mask, hazmat suit. Now I'm protected against radiation. Alright. Believe I was going to... Right, dimensional depot on the home basics. That was the first thing I was going to do. Oh, that's not right. Dimensional depot. I'm missing SAM fluctuators. Am I going to have to travel out and pick up more SAM ore? I really don't want to do that. Maybe instead of traveling out to pick up the SAM ore, I'll just travel out and actually set up the SAM ore to be made into SAM fluctuators, so I don't have to... I mean, that was the way I was doing it before, was every time I wanted more SAM-related materials, I would just go all the way out to where the ore is and grab a bunch of it, and then bring it back to the hub and make it into SAM fluctuators there. But that is quite the process, and you never have enough inventory space for all that. For some reason, SAM ore is just really inefficient when it comes to turning it into other materials. So you fill up your inventory of the stuff, and then you make like 5. You grab hundreds of SAM ore, and it makes like 5 reanimated SAM. It's ridiculous. But I'll just go on. Gotta follow my power lines. It was kind of it was an interesting thing, because I found the SAM ore completely by accident. It was a pure node, so I really wanted to get it. So I went and I just found the closest power lines I had to it, which happened to be my little Caterium mine over here. And then, to add to that pain, there was a radioactive large hog thing protecting the SAM ore that I mostly just ignored. But now that I have the hazmat suit and a rifle to boot, I think it's time to evict this guy. Okay, cool. Got him. I'm wearing a hazmat suit, which, yeah, I'm shielded from radiation, so I shouldn't be... Yep, my health is still good. And now if I can pick up uranium, I can probably do a little bit of research on uranium. Yes, give me that. At least I assume there's probably some research around uranium. I mean, it is literally uranium. Alright. Got uranium in my pockets. Pretty sure if you find uranium out in the wild, it's usually not concentrated enough to do real damage to you like this. Does having uranium in my pockets use my iodine filters? What? That's crazy. Guess I'm just gonna have to drop the uranium over here until I need it. Alright, Sam ore. Let's think it's just a constructor. I don't need to be working at super high efficiency. I just need it to be making the things that I need. I'm missing cable. What? How am I out of cable, of all things? What am I close to? I'm close to the plastic factory. The plastic factory's gotta have cable. I mean, look at it down there. There's no way that place doesn't have cable. There's a little base jumping. Don't mind me. And we're off, and away we go. Okay, where are you making cable? Copper, smelters, making iron, copper. Where's this copper going? Is it literally just sheets? No way. No way you making just sheets. You gotta be making cables somewhere. You're gonna make me make cables by hand, aren't you? So lame. Okay, I guess. Or I can make the machine make wires, and I can make this machine make cable, and I can make the machine do the hard work. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I mean, like, I totally could do this if I planned on staying here the whole time, but, like, am I leaving crates behind? My inventory is really full. I probably am. Well, no matter. The pod's going to be back in just a few minutes. I can go dump some of this excess inventory I got into the hub, and then I can just grab cables while I'm over there. I don't need to be sweating this much. I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna get more mycelium sooner rather than later. I think I know where a cave is in the swamp. So if I'm going out there anyway to make sulfuric acid a little bit, I'll probably could just grab more mycelium while I'm there, get more fabric, get more filters. Decent enough idea, I suppose. Oh boy. I have Mark 5 conveyor belts now. I haven't even used them yet. super excited. I'm gonna run so fast, skipping across Mark 5 conveyor belts though. All right, pods back. Let's throw some stuff in there. Computers, rubber. Oh, I'm a little short on computers. Make this power slug into a core really fast. Make just one more little space in my inventory. No, keep immersive fuels. Just move the sand thing over. Okay. And up and up, up. I'll just grab cables out of a manufacturer, I think. This one. Nope, not this one. This one. Yes, this one. And that one. Not that one. Okay. And I need computers for the research, for the milestone. Computers. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Down, 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 down I go. Alright. Computer. Yes.
Milestone reached. The
Yay.
Blueprint Mark II improves upon the Mark I in every dimension, except for the metaphysical ones. This improvement was made available due to complaints from pioneers about other pioneers not being capable of managing their space efficiently. We listen to pioneers, always.
Sure you do. Sure you do, Ada. Okay. Maybe I should do drones. Maybe? I mean, at the very least, their research is a lot more achievable in the short term. Nuclear power, I need supercomputers. Do I have oh, I don't see any uranium research here in the map. There's nuclear power. I know I'm going to need sulfuric acid first. So... Alright, I'm going to go finish what I was doing at the SAM site. Then I think... Ooh, radio control units. That's not something I'm really manufacturing anywhere. Well, regardless, I'll go finish what I was doing over at the SAM site. Then I'll throw a dimensional depot on the aluminum casings. Then I'll go make some sulfuric acid. And then from there, figure out what I need to do for more uranium related things and stuff. I'm up and away I go. Turbo fuel has really changed the game. I have to say, I was on the topic of food, which I seem to return to whenever I can't think of anything else to talk about. I've been making lots of pizza lately. Sourdough crust, because I'm really digging making sourdough things. They're just anything with sourdough is just extremely delicious. I love it a lot. However, the most recent pizza dough I made just kept tearing. I'm thinking my water content was too high. Oh. I think think animated SAM requires steel pipes. So I'm not going to be able to... I mean, unless I ran a conveyor belt all the way back, which is not the wildest thing I've ever done. Yeah, I can make a conveyor belt that goes that far. Although it does not seem like I'm currently getting power. That's fine. I'll flip the power switch on my way. Pretty sure I can. That should be easy enough. Conveyor belts. Not using the Mark V conveyor belts here. Even though I probably have more than enough alloy-clad sheets to do so. Mainly just because, like, I'm not going to be producing that much reanimated SAM ore to really justify it. I didn't even bother to try to math out how much I could make, because I only really need SAM-related things when I need them and not a moment sooner. Oh. I've run out of encased industrial steel beams. That's a little odd. It's not one of those things I normally run out of. But I'll go ahead and flip the switch, give power to those machines over there, go grab some more beams, come on back, sit on down, figure it out, what Blue's Clues was all about. And then I'll bring the ore way over here. I don't think I'll go so far as to make a place in my factory that makes SAM ore. I think it'll be just enough to have it proximate to my factory. That way I can grab it when I actually do need it. This factory is becoming a real mess. And if I bunker down to actually start readjusting my manufacturers up top, start making more of the things I know I'm going to need here very soon, then I might add some SAM ore related things. I'll probably definitely take all those assemblers I have underneath the factory and put them on an actual floor somewhere in here. But that all depends a lot on the future. I'm kind of just doing some upkeep stuff right now due to the fact that I really don't know. Well, I want to do my uranium stuff, but I don't know when or if I'll be able to. I know part of making the production line stuff for nuclear power involves sulfuric acid, and I know that also involves batteries. So that's why I was kind of thinking about drone technology. This is something I haven't invested that much in, but honestly, if I go with drones, I might as well just go with trains. Trains are cooler than drones. But we'll see. First, I gotta get the sulfuric acid. Then I gotta get the uranium. Come on, turbo fuel. Fuel up. There we go. Okay, iodine filter. Oh. That's silly. If it's made from gas masks, filters, and it can protect me from radiation, it should protect me from normal gas clouds. silly. Very silly. Alright. Yep, that's all going. The reanimated Sam is moving. Moving. Settle down, figured it out. And now keep building my newest super long conveyor belt in a long line, or in a long and storied history of super long conveyor belts. I'll even double up on the chaos, and I'll bring it over to the edge here, and I'll slap a. Oh, that's not gonna. That's not quite going to work the way I want it to. I'll bring it to what? This edge here. I think this will work. Yep. Put a conveyor belt lift here to drop the thing. And I think what I could probably do is stack the conveyor belt over on top of these. What are they called? Words. Why don't they work? Quick wire. That's the word. That's the term. Alright. Just have to stack them. Go to all my other stacked things and just keep stacking. Whoa. Not what I want you to do. Stack. 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 Down. Big. Okay. But yeah, just making pizza, this one particular dough, and I think the water content was just much higher because it kept tearing on me. Hard to tell. It also proved for a very long time. So when it comes to sourdough, after the bulk ferment, it's still not really done fermenting. Which is more or less what you want. You want the majority of the fermenting to get out of the way, so that you don't have huge air bubbles and you get the sour taste that comes with a proper sourdough. But you also want a little bit of rise towards the end too. However, with this particular sourdough pizza dough thing I had going, several days. Not only was it did its bulk ferment, I put it in the fridge for like 3 or 4 days, and then on 2 separate occasions I had it sitting at room temperature where it could do a little bit of a rise, and that's another thing with sourdough is you can leave it out at room temperature safely because yeast is hyper competitive. And that's one of the cool things I like about yeast a lot, is how it is really highly competitive with anything that could potentially spoil the bread. And it cooks better when you put it in at room temperature, especially when making actual bread. And working with stackable conveyor belts is kind of a pain. Because I found when I make my bread loaves, I make them in a Dutch oven, which makes those really round, circular bread things. Have you ever seen a bread bowl? It's like that style shape of bread. And if I put them in at anything less than room temperature, the center is not quite done, while the outside is near burnt. Not the top, but the bottom specifically. I don't know if it's just like my specific Dutch oven and oven, but when I got the perfect crust on the top, the bottom is just slightly burnt. Like slightly to the point that my wife and roommate seem to like it, but I really dislike those burnt flavors. However, the crunch on that crust is immaculate. So the texture is certainly there. But it's a bunch of little things. It has to be room temperature when I put it in. The Dutch oven itself has to be preheated inside the oven before I move the bread over. It's going to be interesting when I try the croissant dough one here soon. I fed my yeast starter yesterday. I think I'd get it started, and I never got around to starting it. I think that's probably what I'll do when I get off today, is go get the dough started, and I can have it ferment, or starting its bulk ferment while I'm at work. Although, with my hours being the way it is, it probably won't even be done fermenting by the time I get back. Something to worry about when I get there. Okay, cool. I now have a source of SAM ore coming in. Or reanimated SAM, I should say. Just give me a stack of that. Okay. Then I go on ahead and make some SAM fluctuator. Yeah, look at that. I had a stack of 100 reanimated SAM, and it made 17 SAM fluctuators. That's barely any. But whatever. It's whatever. Alright. Dimensional depot time. Alright. I don't think I'll go through aluminum casings all that fast. But I at least know we'll have it. Okay. Now, before I do anything else, let's see what it would take to make radio control units. Radio control unit, oscillators, computers. 24 hits? No, thank you. What about supercomputers? 24 hits. So yeah, definitely something I don't want to be making by hand. Yeah, I think rather than going on to making that sulfuric acid, I think I'm going to have to deal with these manufacturers right now. I'm going to want these radio control units and these supercomputers sooner rather than later. So I'll start by untangling the mess I got here. So I got one adaptive control unit, doesn't need to be there. I've got modular engine, don't need that right now. Watch, I'm gonna end up needing adaptive control engines or something for the supercomputers or the radio control unit, but we'll get there when we get there. Just assemble this spaghetti, untangle it a little bit. Worry about reconnecting things when I get there. are you? Alright. I think... oh, my voice. I think this was just going to the space elevator. Probably. Yep, space. Ugh. My voice. What is happening? Oh. Didn't mean to shoot that. Yeah, that's definitely going on over to the space elevator. Alright. Any more spaghetti cleanup? Oh, a little bit right here. Probably just end up remaking the spaghetti in a little bit. But that is neither here nor there. Alright. You get gone, and you get gone. Disassemble this. I'll probably just leave that up in case. Well, probably not going to go to the space elevator from here, but we'll see. Alright, so manufacturer. Move these out of the way. Where do I want to put these things? That was just automated wire. I don't really need that. Oh, keep trying to shoot things. Okay, manufacturer. Let's... Well, I think I had manufacturer pointing this way for a reason. Probably just because space. Radio control unit, oscillator, computer, and aluminum casing. And it was, how much aluminum casing? 40. Am I making that much? That's making 60. Yep, I really am making that much. So let's bring that on up and over there. We'll do it with some classic ceiling conveyors. Come on. Oh, I've made a roof over my head and I'm like, why can't I fly upwards? Oh, not there. There we go. Alright, these foundations should do. Let's up here, conveyor lift, and right along the ceiling. Go all the way to the edge. Ryan always talks about hiding the spaghetti under the floors. And while I disagree when it comes to assemblers, I really see it when it comes to manufacturers, because with four inputs, it's just a lot. It's just a lot of inputs. I don't have the time of day to make it all not clip with each other. Alright, conveyor belts. Right. Oscillators. I think I'm just going to have to slap a splitter right here and send it on over. Then computers. Probably have to do the classic thing. I'm thinking I'm going to need more computers than I'm making. It's making 2.5 per minute. This manufacturer is going to consume exactly 2.5 per minute, so I won't have any surplus. So as a stopgap measure, I'm going to put some power cores on this bad boy. Okay. You know what? Let's just go up and over all this mess. In fact, I think I'll do something somewhat half clever. And I'll put a conveyor belt there, and have a lift go up, and then I'll just connect these two by air. A little crooked, but it's functional. That is the important part. Alright, slap some power on this bad boy, and we got radio control units. Some of that rubber there. I'll put down industrial storage. Probably take forever to fill, but important thing is that I'll have a backlog of radio control units for when I end up needing them. Yeah, it makes 2.5 per minute, so pretty much the same speed it takes to make a normal computer. Now I'm gonna have to make supercomputers, which is probably another good reason to have slapped a power core on that computer manufacturer. Because short of making an additional manufacturer, I would be bottlenecked. Oh, I'm gonna be bottlenecked anyway. A supercomputer requires 7.5 computers per minute, which is not something I can make with just one manufacturer. So, do I have the space to do this here? Sort of. I'm going to have to readjust these conveyor belts here. I'm probably going to have to do... Let's do a splitter right here. Splitter right here. And I'll go there, plastic there, on it there, high explosive rebar. Wow. Okay, so we're making computers, and then I'm gonna need to get these cables back here and this plastic back on over here. And I need to get cable, so I'm probably going to have to pull some cables up. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up bottlenecking my cable supply. So, probably going to go back down below and adjust my cables as well. This is really where the Slapdash factory comes into my Slapdash factory building. So... that's moving pipes. Where are my cables at? Achoo! Achoo! Whew. Alright. Cables are here? Question mark? And they're going over this way. Okay, so if I splitter right here, and if I go back up here, wait, not you, put a little this guy here, and grab my splitter, connect that lift, then we should have everything we need. So put a power line over here, making a new, alright, making more computers. So I'm going to have to check my circuit board manufacturing and my cables. Probably do cables first because I'm sure I have a backlog of circuit boards and it's going to take longer to figure that whole mess out. So put a merger there, bind these together, and let's slap some power cores in here. Okay. I think though I'll. What's it? High speed and AI limiters. Okay, so I'm gonna want to figure out my circuit board production, irregardless, which is probably gonna require. Well, it's gonna require more quick wire. I'm thinking this mess that I got going on down here is no longer good enough for circuit boards. It is a beautiful mess. I like looking at it. I like looking at chaotic nonsense and being like, it just works. It really just works. Like I look at this spaghetti, and I think to myself, this must be how Todd Howard feels anytime Bethesda releases a video game. But it can be better. And that's what we're gonna do. So, we're gonna actually start mapping some stuff out. So, what I think I'll do is I'll start by figuring out how many AI limiters and high-speed connectors I'm going to need for supercomputers. Then how many circuit boards I'm going to need for normal computers. And then when I have the number of those numbers, I'll be able to figure out how many AI or how many circuit boards I'm going to need. So, AI limiters. I'm going to need 3.75 high-speed connectors. I'm going to need 5.6. And then computers, I'm not going to figure out how many I specifically need. I'm just going to know how many circuit boards. So computers are going to need and I'll go drop down below, and I do believe that I'll just make my circuit board production over here, since all the materials I need for making circuit boards is kind of already right here. Start with that. And I suppose I'll start with manufacturers because that takes up lots of space. And we're going to be making high-speed connectors. 3.5, so I'm going to need 2. I'm going to need 2 manufacturers. Or I can put copper cores in here and increase production up to exactly what I need. It's not the best practice in the world, considering, you know, I could always just make more manufacturers, but space is a little limited, and I have plenty of power cores. Alright, so that's going to require 5.8 circuit boards. Alright, now what about AI limiters? I believe those are an assembler product. AI limiters, copper sheets and quick wire. Well, that's easy. I only need 3.5 of them? Okay. Yeah, that's not going to be any issue at all. So, the main thing next will be making large amounts of circuit boards. So I think I'll make a good amount of assemblers facing this way. Okay, circuit boards, copper sheets, and plastic. And each make 5, 7. So I'm gonna need a total of, got 55.8 divided by 7.5, I believe is what it said. Yep. So I'm gonna need 8 assemblers total. Give me a little bit of overlap. Why are you up there? Ah, man. Alright, well, I don't really need to be moving rubber anymore. I'm not making anything with rubber right now. Plastic is just going to have to change. Circuit boards are going to be made somewhere else now. I'll have to fix all this before I get off today. Otherwise, I'm going to be so lost when I get back on. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll go on the other side and make some more assemblers there. Assembler. Alright. Well, here. Wait, are these lined up? I don't think they are. There we go. Now we're lined up. Okay, 4 and 4. That makes 8. Now I gotta get each of these. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, each of these routed. Supports. Circuit boards. After today, there will be no backlog of plastic. Alright. Let's go ahead and bring plastic straight up. And, well... Oh, I'm out of cables again. That's such a strange thing to be out of. Such a basic material. Okay. Cables. Alright, come back on over here. Our newly made cobbles. And we need a splitter. Right. Yeah. Space is going to be a little tight. And then we need copper sheets, which is this AI limiter is going to need copper sheets as well. So I do believe that I'll find where I have those coming in from down here. Their little routing path. Let's bring that on up to the ceiling. some always a good time when you need some ceiling doohickeys, conveyor belts. Connect those. That gets on over to my AI limiters. Then if I do a little conveyor belt lift on that splitter there, I'll just bring the copper sheets up and over and around. A bit more. And then here we go. Gives my circuit board production everything it needs. Damn. That's pretty sexy. Okay. Now I think I'll finish routing my AI, or sending some quick wire over to my AI. I guess I'll take a lot of this stuff down. Now that I don't need to be making. Oh, that was a whole storage unit, huh? Didn't seem to have that much in it. So I'm going to run into a storage problem here soon. But I do have some things in my inventory that don't really need to be there. That should take care of it for the moment. Okay. Where's that quick wire going? Wow, was I really just throwing AI limiters into a dimensional decomp? I really was. I really just was doing that. Alright. I guess I thought, well, I guess that was more for Ryan's benefit, because I know with sorting systems and whatnot, you need to make lots of smart splitters, which require AI limiters. But don't really need all that now. Finally cleaned up this sub-basement factory. It's kind of amazing. I got this far. Wow, there's no plastic backup anymore, just as I predicted. I'm really hoping I don't bottleneck the plastic factory. Otherwise, I'll have to bug Ryan to get me more plastic. Or, when I go on over to where that sulfur is, I'll have to make more plastic over there. Alright. It's all cleaned up down there. So I can go ahead and just straight route some quick wire on over here. I think this is the only thing I need quick wire for. So no real reason to get all complicated with it. Alright, got quick wire. Awesome. Now you. High speed connector. Well, you're gonna need cable. So, well, let me grab my circuit boards first. I'll grab some, throw down some mergers. Yep. Some mergers on each side, and I can merge them all together in the end. Oh, that's not aligned. And then throw a little merge down on over here. Alright, just gotta connect these bad boys up. Nice. Here we go. Whoa. Oh, these aren't aligned. Why are you not aligned? Be aligned, damn you. Whoa. Making some loopy loops where there should be. What was that? Going crazy. Alright. Not my best slapdash work, but it does work. I think I'll just bring the circuit boards over here. Have to do a little bunny hop over the quick wire, because I'm very selective when it comes to what clipping I do and don't care about. And now we got circuit boards. And I'll put a splitter on there to send some up to the top in a little bit. But before that, I'm gonna get these cables routing over here somewhere. I think I'll just, it's the only thing I need cables for over here, so I'm just gonna put a lift on them. Then I gotta go down under the floor. Alright, cables. Now, what was the last thing it needed? It needs quick wire. Okay, so there was another thing I needed quick wire for. But I don't think this quick wire's going anywhere. Nope. It most certainly is not. So it now belongs to the manufacturer. Okay. Now we're talking. So, what were these moving? I don't remember anymore. That was probably a bad move on my part. I think one was moving plastic, and the other was moving circuit boards, yeah. Yep. Plastic circuit boards. Alright, so the one on the outside is moving circuit boards. So I think the one on that makes it the one on the left. Yep, one on the left. So I'll just come over to this merger over here, and I'll slap a smart splitter behind it, no, in front of it, right there. I'll set the right for overflow, and then I'll some more ceiling conveyor belts. And as for plastic, come over here. I'll just go on over to the end. And build up a new conveyor belt to move plastic. Alright, alright. Now, hopefully I'm not over-consuming plastic, but we do move a lot of plastic. Well, my storage container's still very full, so at the very least, well, I'm not consuming it that fast. But, just in case, I believe it's time that I start using Mark V conveyor belts. Find that the 3 key. And Mark V conveyor lifts. So, upgrade that. More plastic than ever. This is just to see if it will assist in making sure that I'm recycling less plastic by moving it quicker. 2 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right. I got a nice early start on it all, though. So, we're good. We're golden. Okay. That's making enough. So, let's see how much copper sheets I actually need, and then probably scale that back if possible in order to make more cables. So I've got 8, making 50, consuming 50 per minute over here. It's 120. And I got 25 more on top of that over here. So, not all that much. 145. Pretty darn simple. So I can most likely, most definitely scale back my copper sheet production, which it looks like I already. Okay, I just turned these off. Oh, each one of these only makes 110? The heck? That's a terrible production rate. How much copper am I making? 30 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 30 is 270. God, consumes 20 to make 10? Ridiculous. Looks like, yeah, the majority of what I make goes into making wire, which isn't even connected for me. That's kind of crazy. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these 2 wire that I have over here start making cables. Cables make pretty fast. And hopefully that will boost my cable production. What are you guys? What's going on? Where are you coming from? Where's that lift coming from? Oh, that's a lift going out, ain't it? Alright, a little bit strange, but not as the ends of the web. Alright, those are both making cable. So, guess I'll just slap a merger right here. I don't know exactly how much cable I need, but I know it's more than what I'm currently making. Come on, there's got to be a spot in here somewhere. Fine. I'll just assemble some things. Alright, I think I'm just going to disassemble this wall. Take that down. Honestly, don't really need a dimensional depot for copper wire. Yeah. Just make cables. Just make lots and lots of cables. Constructors. Constructor there. Constructor here. And then this constructor right here, this constructor right there. Slap down a merger. Bring these two constructor things together. That will make cables. These two bad boys here will make cables. I'll merge their efforts together. Yep. And more cables. More cable output. And power. You need power. Okay. So then these four things making copper wire shan't make copper wire no more. Now on, these are going to be dedicated to making copper sheets. This is going to screw up the numbers on copper ingot. But optimistically, maybe I'll just where do copper ingots go? My inventory's full again. There's deconstruction crates under each of these now, aren't there? Let's see. Huh. Maybe I just hit the maximum number of dismantle crates in the world. Not sure. So, I'll merge these together. But yeah, the math definitely doesn't math out anymore over here, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just gonna hope and pray it functions. I'm gonna hope that perhaps the copper or the circuit board and the AI limiter production will hit an overflow point that will cause a backup that will allow... Where are you going now? It's not the direction I should go. Oh, I got rid of a 4 instead of the mount that I wanted to get rid of. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that the circuit boards and the AI limiters will become backed up at a certain point, and then I won't have to worry about the bad math that now exists in the copper production. Just figure itself out with any and all luck. It's wishful thinking, but hey, a man can dream. Ugh. The lack of copper sheets is killing me. Ugh. But it works. And that's what's important. Alright, pop back up here and see what else needs to be done. The computers have circuit boards for in the meantime. I believe I still need to get everything over to this manufacturer over here. Yes. So it needs computers. That's going to be easy enough to route. I'll just slap a splitter on this bad boy. And boom. He's got computers. Now he needs plastic. So I'll go nab some plastic from on over here. I'll put a lift and I'll just go right over top the manufacturers. I'll build another lift over here, bring it up. Probably not going to be able to reach that far across. Nope. So we're just going to do a little hop, skip, and jump over top these other manufacturers. And now we've got plastic. Okie doke. Let's add power to this guy so we can start building up a backlog of things in the meantime. Okay. AI limiter, high-speed connectors. Those are both coming from the same place. I wonder if I'll kick myself in the future if I put them on the same conveyor belt. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Let's give it a shot. We'll just route it the same as we route the plastic and circuit boards. Go on ceilings, on over here. I believe I'll just go in a slightly different direction with it. Ah, ran out of turbo fuel. Shouldn't be a problem though. Alright. Gotta get rid of this rubber. Rubber is not something I need anymore. Okie doke. We'll just keep on trucking. Oh, wait. I thought I put it down. Yes. What do you mean too long? You let me build it there. Don't tell me it's too long after you tell me I can build it there. Oh yeah. We're going up and over. Yep, this is acceptable. Just building conveyor belts over top of manufactories. No issues there. The important thing is that it makes supercomputers. And industrial storage. And bam. Shambalam. And hey, look at that. At the time it took me to do all that work, I have enough radio control units to do the next milestone. I'm going to need more alclad sheets. Okay. Pop it on. Alclad sheets. Got it. Alright. And then I'm probably going to have to make another trip out to the old factory to get the motors I'm going to need. Because I don't think I make that many here. And I don't have any storage of them either. Let's go check. Motors. Well, here's the rotors. Oh, I think I gotta go up on the floor. Okay. Motors. Here we go. And it's automated wiring is throwing me off. I keep expecting my motors to be there. And I think I can grab a stack out of here too. Well, now with my inventory filled the way it is. If I hit reload, let's take out my inventory. It does. Well, how about that? I'm pretty sure these motors go nowhere. Yep, they go nowhere. So these are all the motors I got. And how much is that? 150. Alright, let's grab some turbo fuel. And head back out to the old factory and grab some motors from that big industrial storage container of motors I got going on. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. factory. Back when life was simple. When smart plates was the most complicated thing I had to make. I'm gonna need a bit more than that. I have way too many computers in my inventory. Alright. Y'all still functioning over here? Still making stators, still making motors. Very good, very good. Keep up the good work, old factory. The day I have to come over here and fix this place up is the day I'm probably just going to tear the whole thing down. To be quite honest. And I really don't want to. Because, you know, a working factory is nice to look at. But as you can see where things are going over here, stuff is getting quite large. But that is alright. Once I get my power grid updated with nuclear power, I'll go get to work on a mega factory.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function.
Any kind of fuel.
Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
Oh, good stuff, Ada. You're always thinking ahead like that. Okay, nuclear power. Nuclear power. Particle accelerator. Oh my god. Plutonium fuel? Jeez, I'm gonna make nuclear power and then I'm immediately gonna unlock a new form of fuel. Alright, I'm gonna wait 9 minutes for the thing to come back. Well, damn. But I probably need at least that long, if not more, for the supercomputers I'm going to require. Yep, we only got 12 at the moment. Well, alright. Might have to come on over here and rethink the future of my mega factory. Probably going, I mean, I'm routing a lot over here over to the future mega factory on conveyor belts alone. But maybe I'll want to do trains instead. At the very least, well, I probably, since this is all mathed out probably, I probably won't remake these. But fuck, what were these even connected to? Oh, did I seriously not put recipes on any of these? So I'm just gonna have to figure out what these conveyor belts freaking go to. Damn. Alright. Well, that's a project for another day. But, yeah, this is just the smelters. I'm gonna have to Think about assemblers, think about manufacturers. I'll have to get everything over here. One day. One day. We'll get there. And everything will be right. Kind of at a loss of what to do now, though. Now that I've made everything, or at least mostly made everything. Wonder how my plastic's looking like. Looks like it's actually stopped a little. No backups over here. Crate's still mostly full. In fact, it appears to still be filling at a steady rate, which is just impressive. Jesus. Our plastic factory's gone wild. Alright. 46 coupons. Alright, I guess I do know what I'm going to be doing. Time to go to the Fix-It store and buy some stuff. Oh, I missed the screws. I just want to go to the awesome shop. Not awesome, saying awesome shop. Okay. I can buy a cart and a boombox. Some statues. A conveyor wall hole. Sure, let's add that to the cart. Conveyor throughput? Mark III power outlets. Let's look at the clean version of that. We're at 12. A basic shelf unit. Customizer. Oh yeah, let's get some paints. Where are we at now? 46. That's exactly how much I have.
Humans have long practiced delegating work that strains and tires them to machines. It is their best achievement. Simple counting and short-term memory are often among such challenges, which the conveyor throughput monitor is specialized in. Simply add it to any belt, and it will tell you its throughput after only 1 minute.
Oh, that's what it does? That's awesome. And that's going to save me a lot of double checking my numbers in the future. Oh boy. I think we're still under production on cable. Well, similar to what happened with the AI or with the copper sheets, I'm just gonna hope that the problem solves itself. Might be a good time to test the throughput to see just how badly this isn't going to work. Oh, I can just slap that on any wall. That's kind of awesome. I'm probably gonna have to make use of that. I need quartz crystals. Quartz crystals. I got plenty of those. Gimme. Not silica. Okie doke. Let's go check the throughput. Conveyor belt throughput. And I'll put you right there. put you right there. I'll go up and I'll put you there. Now let's see. Calibrating. Yeah, that's about right. There's two constructors on that side making cable and one constructor on that side, so one doing 30, one doing 60 makes total sense. And it looks to be consuming around 90 to 100. So honestly, that's not terrible. If it averages out to about 100, then it's only consuming 10 extra per minute, which might mean it drains the amount of cables I'm going through at a slow enough rate to allow for a backup to appear, which will mean that nothing is wasted. Hey, my thing is back. Yay. Alright, let's see how many supercomputers we got. Not enough. Okay. Well, I can finally clear my inventory of some of these heavy industrial beams. Oh, I might worsen my cable demand a little bit by grabbing some more cables out of here. Okay, cables. Now, how about some concrete? I need 2,000. Alright, well, I'll go grab out of the concrete production first. Oh. Doesn't seem to be very much backup on this side of it. But now that I'm using less industrial beams and more alaclad sheets, surely I'll be able to get ahead of it. 2,000, so that's 1,000, and that's 1,000, and that's just for me, because I know how much I like to put down foundations. Alright. Go over here. And there we go. 2,000 concrete. Now we just need more supercomputers. I can make 40 with what's in my inventory right now. But I'm not going to do that. Let's go up and grab what we can out of the industrial thing. 33. Alright, 33. I'll come down here and see how many I need to make to get 50. Oh, it's gonna be a minute. What else is new? I think after I send this research, I'll probably hop off in this stream a little early and go get ready for work. And then when I come back next time, we're gonna be on the nuclear power, baby. I'll set up my power grid the way I like it. And from there, probably be working on on the what's it called? The Mega Factory. Full power. All the power. The Mega Factory is going to be interesting. I'm trying to think about how I can make a factory that actually looks nice instead of just the chaos I'm accustomed to making. Something that's a little less slapdash, as it were. But I suppose we'll have to see. Cool, cool. Yeah, Unisa was telling me about the playlist. She says she's got it set up for the post
Milestone reached. The
a
nuclear
saga
power
every
plant
week.
produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fix-It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix-It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces. Project part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
Okay. I've got nuclear power now. Or at least the means of creating nuclear power. Hey, electromagnetic control rods. Hell yeah. It was all uploaded? Are you sure? Nisa was saying that she scheduled it to go like one saga at a time each week. Huh. Well, I guess I'll ask her when I see her next. But I've reached the point where I need to stop. Because, well, the next step is going to be so much more work that I'm going to need many more hours to dedicate to it. So, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.